Hey friends, welcome back to The Generous Poor. If you're new here, I'm Lori, cozy midlife budgeter, mocktail enthusiast, and your go-to for mindful money moves and a little bit of midlife magic. Today's video is all about cash planning and wallet unstuffing for May. We're winding down April, and so before we get paid, it is time to clean it out, pay back our credit card, and start our wallet fresh. Because at The Generous Poor, we believe budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about pouring intentionally into a calmer, more beautiful life. So grab your drink of choice and let's dive in. So first up, let's do a quick wallet unstuff. Let me grab my wallet. So I stuff my wallet. These are my envelopes for my wallet. I like to use a traditional wallet without binder rings. It's just easier for me, and it makes things. It's just easier for me. So this is what I do prefer. So what I end up doing is when I use my credit card, I keep this envelope tracker inside my wallet, and so I jot down the categories or the envelopes that the money needs to come from and the amount that I spent, so that at the end of the week, I can go through my envelopes, pay back the bank, and pay my credit card. So anything I spent using my credit card this week, I pull the cash from my wallet, move it in back to the bank envelope, which is in my overflow binder, which is right here. And I put it right back here. And that way I stay accountable. Even if I swipe, I still honor my budget. I still use my credit card. I use cash. I love to see the visual of what I have to spend. It just makes it easier for me to visualize how much I have left, how much I have in my wallet to move forward in the week. And so this is a very important piece of my budget at the end of the week, is unstuffing, because I don't want to think that I have all of these amounts when I spent them on my credit card still left to spend. So anyway, let's get through this. I'm going to move my calculator here because I have a feeling we're going to need it. And let's start with business. So my business, I spent $42 in business. And so I actually don't have any change right now, so I'm going to go to, let's start with the highest one, which is groceries. And groceries is going to get $222, $25, and $200. And I'm going to grab my cash tray as well, just to make things a little bit easier. So I'll put my cash tray over here. So I'm going to be pulling out $447. My kids were home for Easter break this last week, and so we had a lot of grocery runs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exactly how much I have in my envelope is exactly what I'm going to be pulling out. So that is 400 and 47. That usually doesn't work out like that. But let me grab my marker so that I know I paid it. So we did groceries for $222, groceries for $25, and groceries for $200. Okay, so then dining out I have to pull out $120. And actually, it looks like I'm going to need, how am I going to do this? Let's do date night. Date night is just going to get 50. Oh no, actually, date night's going to get, date night has 2 on here. So date night is 50 and 58. So date night is 108. So I have 110. So I'm going to pull back $2. So date night gets $2 and change. And see, when you go through these envelopes, you see you spent it on your credit card. And so you have only $2 more left in your date night envelope because you used it. And that's great because that's what you budgeted for. So don't feel guilty about that. Okay, and now business. Let's see if I can make, let's do dining out. Okay, so wait. So date night is 58 and 50. And so dining out, let's see if I can make change now. So dining out is supposed to get 140. So I've got two 50s, and so it gets 10 back. So dining out, and this is the problem with not having, you know, the right amount of change, is sometimes you end up owing your envelope or your bank some money. Okay, so now the only two categories we have left are Lori and business. So business is going to get, let's see what we have in Lori. So Lori is going to get 85. So 50, 70, 50, 70, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. So now it needs 80. So now I need a 10. So let's see if I can make change. Dining out only has 10. Household has 2. Does household only have 2? Yep. So it looks like we're going to owe Lori 50, 70, 90, and I put 5 here. So we're going to owe my envelope $10. If we can get that. So let's, you know what, to break change, I'm going to take dining out, and I thought I had another 10 somewhere. You know what, let's keep this back in here. So dining out still has 10. So Lori is paid, but we owe that envelope $10. So I'm going to put dining out back in here. Sometimes it's easy to reconcile, and sometimes it's a little complicated. So I'm going to take 42 out of business. So 51, 52. So 52. So business is owed 10 and Lori is owed 10. So I'm actually going to take 10 and I'm going to put it in my Lori envelope, or 20, put it in my Lori envelope, and this is going to be split between business and buffer. So now we should have the right amount going to back to the bank. So we should have 42, 140, 222, 50, 85, 25, 58, 200. So it looks like we should have 822 going back to the bank. So let's count this. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50, 70, 90, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that is correct. So 822 going back to the bank. So now so what I do is, I just wipe this off and I put it back in my wallet. And so we're fresh for the new week. So now I'm going to go into my overflow binder and put this money back into the bank. So this is my bank deposit, so I know that all of this money goes back to the bank to pay my credit card. And that's the beauty of cash and also using your credit card, is as long as you reconcile at the end of the week, or at, you know, a pretty, you know, you don't wait till the end of the month, you do it. I have to do it every week so that I know that that money is spent and it's not for another thing, especially when I go through my wallet and put overflow back into my binder after the week and we get paid. So doing this is a very important bit. So I'm going to put this back over here. My tracker is going to get cleared. And again, these little habits that you do, they really make a difference. You know, light a candle, get ready for your, in fact, I forgot to light my candle today. So let's do that. I'm going to put my candle in there. And now we are officially ready. Maybe that's why our money didn't flow right at the beginning. Just kidding. Okay, so now we are going to clear this out. We are going to get into our cash planning for the first week of May. And I put right here, we are going to be planning $2,902. And these are the categories that I'm stuffing. And so what I'm going to do is go through all of my, let me put my envelopes back into, actually, you know what I do is whatever envelope doesn't have money in it left to spend, I always put it into my overflow binder because I don't want to be walking around with envelopes that are empty. So I just tuck them back here. And then when I go to refill them on payday, I just pull them back out. So it lightens your wallet, and it also reminds you that envelope is spent. So now we're going to put my wallet away, and we are going to get into this week's cash planning. So again, I have $2,902 to budget. This is my favorite part. This is where I get to pour into the different categories of the life that I'm dreaming of, one envelope at a time. Again, this is your priorities, your planning. And I also like to set a gentle reminder or an intention for the week, which is, you know, I want my spending to feel joyful and calm. And I'm focusing on gratitude and ease this week. Sometimes when you're not looking at your money, or you're nervous about what you're spending, or you just don't know, and sometimes you just stop looking, it makes your money and your experience with your money anxious. And so even if it's not what I want to see or what I want to look at, I know that I need to go in here and make some tweaks if I need more on my groceries, or I need more or less, or something's going on. And so I don't recommend ever just sort of closing your eyes and forgetting about it. Doing this is really important. So let's get into my envelope. So let's put my money tray away. So my money tray can go back over here. And so this is my overflow binder, but this is exactly what I have in my wallet. Groceries. So we are going to start with $29.02 this week. And groceries, so we are a bi-weekly paid family, so we are going to stuff 700. I don't know why this isn't working. So we are going to stuff $750 because we do $375 for each week. So now I'll do minus $750. Dining out, I have 2 sheets this week. So we're going to have 2 sheets of stuffing. Dining out is going to get $200. Again, $100 a week. Household is going to get its usual $100. And again, I have 2 kids away in college, and so I might have to up this when they come home for the summer, but we'll see when that happens. So $200 for Lori. Date night is going to get $150. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. Pearl, so I've been talking about this envelope. Pearl's food is about $25 a week, but we get her, little snacks and different things during the week. So I did up this $5 more per week. So she's going to get $60 this paycheck. Giving is going to get its usual $40. Business is going to get 100, which is $50 a week. Costco, I don't stuff my Costco envelope. What I do is whatever's left over in my grocery budget, I just roll into my Costco envelope. But I'm honestly thinking about taking this out because if I have money in my groceries, I can use it at Costco. So I don't know why I have two. Buffer is going to get 100. And again, it's for 2 weeks. And then that's my bank deposit. So that is done with my overflow. So now we are going to go into my, this envelope, which is my special occasions and celebrations and holidays binder. So we are going to stuff birthdays. We're going to put in $50. We have a birthday coming up, one of my son's birthdays. Anniversary, we're going to put in 10. Celebrate, we are going to put in 10. Valentine's Day, let's do 5. Easter, so this envelope is starting from scratch. We have nothing in it because I just used all of it for Easter. And so we're going to put in 5. I have a year to fill that one up. So my tracker, if you can see here, I used all of the money for Easter, so that is all gone. Mother's Day is rapidly approaching. So we are going to put in Mother's Day, we're going to put in 20. Father's Day is also going to get 20. 4th of July, we will do 20. I'm going to skip Halloween. Our kids, again, are older, and so we're not really buying a lot of Halloween. This is more for like candy and stuff like that. So I am going to skip that one this week. Thanksgiving is going to get 20. And to be honest with you, some of these categories are different in the season of life we're in, which is almost empty nest. And so I may name some of these envelopes, depending on what I want to do, because again, like Halloween, I don't think is really necessary for us. So Christmas is going to get 100. We have 3 boys, and Christmas, it's good to fund the Christmas. New Year's is going to get 5. We don't really do anything generally. But I like, in case we go out to dinner or we do something with some friends, I like to keep some money in it. That will do it for my holidays and celebrations binder. Now we're going to get into, let's do emergency. That is going to be our emergency binder. So I have 2 in here. This was our emergency and 1 month ahead. So emergency is going to get 100. Whoops. 1 month ahead, I'm going to put in 25. And again, depending on what you have coming up is what you put in your envelopes. We are going to put money into deck. So deck is going to get 100. And then I think I'm going to go into upgrades, and upgrades is also going to get 100. Our refrigerator this morning started acting kind of goofy, and now I'm nervous that something's wrong with our refrigerator. So I'm going to put some money into the upgrades. Okay, so this one, so this is our random let's see, that is going to be this binder, our giving binder. So this is random, our RA of K is random acts of kindness. So random acts of kindness, which I love, is going to get 25. And then giveaways is going to be our next one. Because once I don't know if I hit 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away some of the wallets that I've been testing and different things like that. So I'm kind of excited about that. So this is going to get 10. Hopefully I've been keeping track of this in a meaningful way. So that, oh wait, office supplies. Office supplies is going to get 25. Okay, so let's go to the other page. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. So now we're going to go into our travel binder. Lots of binders, lots of binders. That's why I made these little bookmarks that stick up at the top, because then I would be going through all these binders never knowing which one was what. Fun fund. It's like fun stuff for my family. We are going to put in $200 because everyone's going to be coming home this summer and I want to kind of keep this envelope stuff. So fun fund. Girls trip is going to get 25. I don't put too much in this one, but I like to have some, in case something comes up. And then that's going to do it for this binder. I'll put this one back over here. So now we're going to go into my 100 envelope. Let's see where that is. I think that is right here. So we are going to go into 100 envelope, and I've already designated how much comes out. I pulled this at our last stuffing, so it's 14, 15, and 16. So that one is going to get 45. So we have 282. And then we're going to move into May, and May is going to get week 1 and week 2, which is 202. So that's going to get 202. So again, we get paid bi-monthly. And so the first paycheck I do week 1 and 2, and then the second paycheck I do week 3 and 4. And so that is going to do it for this one. And then now I'm going to get my fun binder. And this is all my savings challenges and these were my freebie Fridays. And what I like about this one is all of these 6 envelopes are designated to a sinking fund in one of my binders. So it gives it a little extra push every month. So it's kind of nice. So we'll do $60 for freebie Fridays, which I'm going to pull out 61s. And then that leaves me with $20 to go into season 2 for Friends. So Smelly Cat, how fun is this? So this will go into my Friends Savings Challenge, and that's going to be 20. And that brings us to 0. So that's amazing. I can't wait tomorrow to see what little I have left in all of my in my envelopes after I did my I did my credit card unstuffing, because it seems like I was taking a lot out. In fact, I did take a lot out. I think it was $822. So, but anyway, that is going to do it. I am going to go through, I'll do this off camera. I'll go through and see what denominations I need. And then I'll go to the bank and then come back for our cash stuffing. I will point out that my 100 envelope challenge, I'm just going to put here that I need, in fact, I have my 100 envelopes right here. So I need 14, 15, and 16. So I have to remind myself that 14, 15, and 16 are coming out because I can't just put two 20s and a 5 because each envelope gets its own amount of cash, which I've been kind of messing that up. So one thing I love about cash planning is that it's not just about where your money goes. It's about how I want to feel about moving through my week. This week I'm focusing on calm and clarity, and I'm remembering that every dollar I move with love is a step closer to the life that I want to live. This is the midlife, and I think that, when the kids were younger, we planned and we did this, and they had soccer and they had all of these things, but now we have grown up money, that one is at college or two are at college, and they have a lot of needs and wants. And if I don't plan and budget, I don't know where my money's going. And so I hope that everyone sticks around and knows that even in your midlife, it's important to put every dollar where, intentionally place your dollars, because that's what the generous pour is all about. Pouring generously into the life you're building with calm, clarity, and with a whole lot of heart. If you're walking your own calm money journey, I'd love for you to leave a comment below. What's one word you want your money life to feel like this week? And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. We're building a cozy, confident, generous money life here, one beautiful moment at a time. And I can't wait to interact with everybody. But until then, cheers to intentional living, cozy budgeting, and beautiful abundance. See you next time.